Welcome to the Inside Word, 5th of February 2015. They say a week is a long time in politics, but my goodness, a day is a long time in politics now. And today, Peter Wellington, the independent member for Nicklin, is going to decide who he's going to back, a minority ALP government or a minority LNP government. Since the last Inside Word, there's been quite an earthquake politically that's happened in Queensland. As I mentioned in my previous bulletin, expecting a swing somewhere between 7 and 11%. The swing across Queensland against the LNP was around 8%, but it was substantially more in other seats. And the result, which no one predicted, including myself, is a situation now where the Labor Party might be able to form government in Queensland. Prior to last Saturday, the LNP had 71 seats. The ALP had 9, and the rest was made up by independents. And now we're getting to a situation where the LNP may have 42 seats at the best, 43 seats or perhaps 44 with the seat of Ferny Grove to the Labor Party, and of course 3 independents. And it's these independents, a little bit like what happened in Canberra a couple of years ago, where Tony Windsor and Rob Oakeshott endorsed the Labor Party of the Gillard government, where now the 2 Katter representatives, Bobby Katter, the son of Bob Katter, from the seat of Mount Isa, and of course Shane Knuth, the member for Dalrymple, will decide, along with Peter Wellington, who may form the next government. But a lot of it gravitates now on one of the last seats to be counted. And the facts are there's still about 20% of the vote out there to be counted across the state of Queensland. But Ferny Grove tends to be where the action is at the moment, because there, the pup candidate that ran is ineligible because he was a bankrupt. And I suspect we'll be going back to an election. So as of the end of today, it may be a situation where Peter Wellington will back the Labor Party, maybe give them 43 seats with Ferny Grove perhaps going to an election, and perhaps the 2 Katter Party candidates might back the LNP, making it a deadlock at 44. Anyway, very unstable times, and no one expected this result. What is certain, though, is that a number of the big plans for the LNP, of course the privatisation, the central element which I talked about, and Labor ran a very successful campaign, is now off the agenda for Queensland. And indeed, the style of government over substance also was a big culprit when it came to the defeat of Campbell Newman and of course many of his colleagues. And of course there are messages now that are rippling across the border into the Tweed. How will Mike Baird deal again with this central issue of privatisation of assets as he goes to the polls in the 28th of March? And of course in Canberra, never a dull moment, the Prime Minister is on the ropes. Will he survive the next couple of weeks? It's undeterminable. So as they say, a week's a long time in politics, but a day's even longer. Watch this space for the